Hello everybody, this is the Fast Hero and welcome to episode 11 of my FTL Faster Than Light playthrough. Now last time, if you remember, we got destroyed as the Nebula Cruiser. I mean, we did alright. We did alright at the beginning. We were doing alright up until sector 6, I believe, 6 or 7 we got to. And then we just, lost it. Yeah, who knows what happened, really. I mean, I'm sure the video is just lost now. The records are gone. But good news is that we unlocked the Engi ship layout 2, which gives us a good heavy ion and a heavy laser to start out with, as well as some onboard drone friends to either attack the enemies who board your ship or repair your systems when they get damaged, a drone reactor to allow those drones to go a little faster, but only leaves us with one shipmate. One crew member, you could say. Then we also unlocked the Zoltan Cruiser, codename the Adjudicator. Now, the Zoltan Cruiser is pretty good. I mean, I like the Zoltan a lot because they each give you one bonus energy to whatever room they're in. Like this one would give you one bonus to your weapons, this one to your shields, and this one to your cockpit, of course. But it also starts out with a beam. Beam weapons are very, very cool. They do lots of damage if you use them correctly. Now, I'm going to actually do a playthrough with this guy. So let's rename it. This is what I came up with. The Nebula Buster. I mean, there wasn't enough room for these, so we just got Nebula Buster. Alright, and easy mode, like usual, let's start it off. So, you guys know the drill, we got some Federation information, and we are heading to the front lines. Being chased, of course, by the rebels, which... Speak of the devil, they just show the fuck up. Okay, I see how it is. So, we arrive at the infrequently used beacon close to the pulsar. Before long, a rebel ship happens to jump nearby. Looks like you'll have to fight. I see, you cheeky bastard. So we, I forgot to do this, but this ship doesn't start with enough energy to power your beam, so you're gonna have to upgrade that right away. Remember to always save the positions that your dudes are in, as well as set to auto fire. And what we'll do here is start at the shields and work our way up. So, this is how the beam weapon works. You physically have to aim it and use your knowledge of geometry and whatnot to have the right angles. Now, I'll tell you, if you attack the shield first in the line of attacks, you're going to be able to do more damage. Now, we were able to kill them with one hit, probably because the pulsar in the background did a substantial amount of damage to them. Probably took out their shields, so we were able to take them out pretty quickly. So the ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. We got 2 missiles, 1 drone, and 26 scrap. And because we're at a hostile environment, we have to wait for our FTL drive to charge, unfortunately, but once it's done, we'll get out of here. Now, you guys see, the beam weapons are pretty darn strong. It's a nice type of thing to have. And if we are able to... Oh, fuck that. Let's attack this dude. I don't fuck around with that shit. If we're able to get like an ion weapon to take down their shields, then it's gonna increase the efficacy of our beam weapon by tenfold. Or really just, it's gonna increase it twice. Times 2 damage. Because every time you attack and there's a shield up, the shield will reduce the attack damage by the amount that the shield is. So if you have a level 1 shield on the enemy, and you do 2 damage, like is the case here, we would only do 1 damage for every room that our beam hits. But if oh wow, look at that. 2 fuel, 1 drone, and 32 scrap. Now, they didn't really get a chance to talk back to us or anything, or else we could have maybe gotten another crew member. You know, bummer, but let's move on anyways. So, like I was saying, an ion weapon would be really nice to have with the beam, because it could really do some good amount of damage. Maybe we get an ion weapon, a beam weapon, and a drone out there. We can really bring the hurt. Wow, look at that. We just do some good damage to these guys. I think we got 2 drone, 1 missile, and 22 scrap. Something similar to that. It's kind of jumping out of it because don't want to have to wait too long for the FTL drive. But, I mean, you know, whatever we plan to do, whatever we eventually do, is going to be, is going to work out. It's just, I know it'll help. So, you find the source of the distress call, a small research station. It appears the small laboratory fire got out of control. Let's dock and try to rescue. So, we locate the highest concentration of life forms and bring the ship alongside the station. Before you can begin to offload the survivors, a huge blast splits the station apart. If you've been watching the rest of my playthroughs, this is incredibly common. It seems like there's a 70-30% chance that... Let's save their positions in case I didn't already do that. And send these guys over to... No, I won't. Never mind. Fuck that shit. I'm just gonna open the damn doors. Yeah, it's such a common thing that they're just gonna get destroyed. Or you're just that station, because that, you know, this is a roguelike, so you're gonna run into the same situations a lot, and so that one we run into several times already. Mercenary, let us scout the sector for us, and that'll just tell us what else we have in store. So there's only one other ship of the beacon, and it's showing heavy damage. You receive a message on your console. Greeting, traveler. We're crippled by a band of pirates and are now forced to sell our remaining valuable equipment to acquire the necessary supplies to get home. I see, this is really interesting because they need supplies, but they're selling stuff for scrap. You know, whatever, I guess. Okay, this is nice. An ion blast. Charge time 8 seconds, shots fired 1, ion damage 1, and only 30 damage. Or only 30 scrap. So let's get that. Let's fix everything we got and buy the rest of the fuel. And because we can't use the ion blast immediately, we're going to upgrade this, upgrade our weapons, and there we go. Now, we don't have... Oh, we gotta make sure to close that. Always make sure to close your doors. It sucks to have to do that in the middle of a battle or something like that. Or have to go into a battle and several of your rooms have no oxygen. That's fun. Just like having a good memory is good for this game. It's unfortunate when you run into an unexpected fight and then you're caught with your pants down. That is like the #1 killer, I would say. So you jump into an unremarkable system. No life signs detected within scanning range. Unfortunate. So we're going to try to just get to the exit as fast as possible. I really hope that... What? Purchase an unknown weapon, 45 scrap? That'd be awesome. But he's got the markings of a pirate, so we're going to attack him. And now that we have the Ion Blast, we're going to be able to really do some damage. Let's see if the Ion Blast lasts enough for our halberd to do. Oh, okay, so it actually will be able to attack right before we are able to get the second barrage of our halberd beam off. That's not bad. And then so the second barrage, it'll actually attack quite a bit beforehand and keep the shield down. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. So 2 missiles, 1 drone, and 18 scrap. Not bad at all. Oh. So let's jump here. Looks like we're not going to get caught by the rebels this time, so that's always nice. Let's see if we can get... Yep, we can get 4. And we should kill them in 1 hit, really. I mean, our Ion's going to keep their weapons down a little bit. They're not going to be able to get through our Zoltan shield, even before we kill them. Done. 3 fuel, 2 missiles, 25 scrap. Sounds like a good score to me. We're never going to surrender to you fucks. That's just how this works. Actually, I think we could do better. Yep, we can get 3 of their systems down and not just their empty room. Because doing damage to empty rooms does do damage, but it's just not fun. You know, you want to be able to keep them down. That's for sure. Okay, so Marcus doesn't really have any skills, but he will become skillful in the shield. Because, you know, we get shot a lot, so you're gonna get a lot of practice in raising those shields. Thank you, Marcus. Alright, you've arrived to find a number of ships convening around a station. There's some unencrypted chatter between the ships. You tune in and listen for anything interesting. Overhearing the conversation, it seems that they need to take possession of an enemy ship intact. You offer your services, and they say you're not properly equipped. That's unfortunate. We ran into that one before. Saying we're not properly equipped. We could take those guys. So board the station and look for survivors. We got 13 scrap and Aki. Human corpses are scattered across the station. You find the source of the signal, a lone survivor that locked themselves in a storage closet. Very smart. Quickly retreat and take them back into the ship. Well, Aki, so you don't have any skills by yourself, but we're going to need somebody on sensors. So let's get to the next sector. So one of the things that I want to be able to do is hit the most amount of hostile sectors or hostile regions in space. So let's count up the number ones, because the hostile regions offer the most risk to reward bonuses. So the bottom path we could do, oh actually, since we can kind of go back and forth, let's see what we can do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So either way, we're gonna get to the end with 6. So let's just skip that nebula, because nebulas are kind of annoying to go through. So we got this sector is bustling with the activity of a few years ago. Now, more than half of the jump beacons have been destroyed. Many settlements have been abandoned, and the rebels patrol constantly. Yeah, because rebels are fucking assholes. Oh, since we got 2 more dudes, let's save our current crew and move on. So we only have 67 scrap, so we're not going to really be able to do too much at this store. I'm going to go to a different beacon first. We found you at last! Prepare to die! So they've got a little beam droid here. They've got what looks like a missile launcher. So let's kind of get them in that cluster. It'll do the maximum amount of damage. And if we keep their shield down, which we could actually not, we could kind of wait on the halberd for a second. This is another thing that you might want to do, is just to be able to do your maximum amount of damage, is kind of like space out your weapons so that they are timed correctly. Now, we don't accept surrender around here. Anyways, we're doing you in with 1 attack, so, you know, no big deal. Just got some scrap and other stuff. I'm glad. I'm always happy when we're able to attack the rebel bastards, because they're our main enemy in in this game. So you receive a generic advertisement for a nearby public shipyard. Seems they're willing to work on any ship, not only those of Rebel Hue. Nice. Ooh, we can get another halberd beam. No, it's gonna be a little bit too much. Maybe we'll look for another ion blast and just kind of keep our halberd, or look for a better beam weapon. That's probably what I'll do. I'll just look for a better beam weapon. Keep our fuel up. None of those that I really want to get. So let's close and move on. And since there's quite a few other beacons that I want to get to, I'm just gonna jump away and not go to that other minor beacon next to me, since there's 2 distress signals. What's hail to offer their assistance? Help, our shields are down and we won't last long. So try to shield their ship with yours? Yes. So despite your best efforts, the civilian ship breaks apart from the constant barrage. You're barely able to break out from the asteroid field yourself. The ship sustains some damage in the process. So we're able to get 16 scrap from their broken up ship and 4 damage to our hull. Unfortunate. I would have liked to be able to save them. I really try to be as altruistic as possible. You know, I've mentioned it before, but sometimes it does not allow that. And we're back to this one. The laboratory fire. Okay, send a crew and a shuttle to help them put out the fire. Let's do it. Yes, we did it. You know, I don't usually do that one because it kind of risks your crew. But your crew valiantly keeps the fire at bay long enough to allow some of the scientists to escape. But it appears to be a losing battle. Before long, you order the retreat. A few scientists they were able to save are distraught but grateful. You'll drop them off at the next station. 37 scrap. Nice, we're above like 100 scrap already. That's a good start. We're doing really well. So you come across a rebel automated scout ship pursuing a civilian ship. Let's fuck them up. So, you guys know the drill. Let's just keep the ion blast attack up. So what we're going to do is not even assign either of our attacks. And then once both of them are ready, we're going to then attack, doing the most amount of damage that we can. And I think it'll kind of like stagger itself pretty well, the way that the amount of time that it takes for the ion blast. And then the halberd beam, so perfect. So it seems like we can kind of keep to that. Okay, welcome aboard, dude. Guess we got another guy, Varnus. You'll be our security officer, or our, yeah, security officer, and then sensors officer. They're both kind of security, a little bit. They take half and half. They're friends. So you discover a resupply station used by the rebels and civilians alike. You transmit your fake ship identification, and for once, they don't seem to recognize your ship. You try to assume the air of a local as you prepare to dock. Whew, dang. The pike beam. Look at this thing. It just looks badass. Only requires 2 power. Oh, it only does 1 damage per room. So maybe... Okay, yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. I think we'd be better off just spending money on the drone control. And it comes with a combat drone Mark 1. So let's do it. Fix up our shit. Wow, 8 scrap per drone? I don't think so. Let's get that power core back up. And it looks like we're ready to go. So with our newfound power, we'll be able to take on the rest of the galaxy. But for now, thank you so much for viewing this episode of FTL Faster Than Light. And I will see you guys next time. Make sure to take care of yourselves.